Welcome back to Christy TV. Afe Babaola panic as lawyer explains so many secrets behind Afe Babala's arresting DELE Farotimi. We all know that last 2 weeks, P2B went to Afe Babaola office to go and beg him on behalf of DELE Farotimi. He equally visited DELE Farotimi in the prison, which made so many Nigerians to start blasting Peter Obi, including Sowo. Sowo start attacking this man in all angles. My correct people them not be smarting. Now, the lawyer of DELE Farotimi have exposed so many secrets that Afe Babaola is hiding. My correct people them not be smart, I beg, if you finish watching this video, make sure you drop in the comment section your opinion regarding this particular news you just watched.
Good morning. You were part of that team that visited Chief Afe Babalola.
Yes, yeah.
And as it was reported, the story was that you and Mr. P2B and others pleaded with Chief Afe Babalola to forgive DELE Farotimi and withdraw the case in court. But, after that, DELE Farotimi himself said he did not send anybody to go and beg for him and that he would not beg anybody. And now we hear this story about Afenifere Group and Afenifere Group saying, they also have an obligation to protect the legacy of Chief Afe Babalola. What exactly, is going on? What transpired at that meeting? You attended, they even say you facilitated it. And what is this story about Afenifere's involvement in the narrative?
Well, thank you very much. Let me make some fundamental statements about our going to Ado-Ekiti. Yes, I accompanied our leader, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and a statesman to Ado-Ekiti. Right? To me, DELE Farotimi wears three identities with me. First and foremost, we are both lawyers. Secondly, is a member of the National Caucus of the Afenifere. And thirdly, we're both on the Peter Obi presidential campaigns when I was the Southwest coordinator, as he was, and still one of the spokespersons for the organization. So, secondly, our going to Ado-Ekiti was not on DELE Farotimi's prompting. He never knew about it. And it was not facilitated by me. It was an initiative of His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi. And he called me. In fact, going back a little bit, he had wanted to go. He issued a statement immediately after Farotimi's arrest, and he wanted to go. There are divergent views about whether he should be there or not for whatever it is. But he had to make up his mind. And he called me and said I should accompany him to Ado-Ekiti. And I went. We met first with Chief Afe Babalola, whom I respect so much. And strategically, we decided to see, the leader decided that we should see Chief Afe Babalola first before we went to DELE Farotimi. Yes, our going had been interpreted severally by people. We went to beg, we went to plead, we went to seek understanding. Yes, I think I'll pick the last one. Understanding, a friendly engagement with the iconic chief. And we spent quality time with him, after which we visited DELE Farotimi. We were not sent by DELE Farotimi. Ordinarily, because of the relationship between Peter Obi and Chief Afe Babalola, he would get to Ado-Ekiti and pay gossip all on him. And when we were with Chief Afe Babalola, he mentioned some other prominent Nigerians, particularly Chief Olusegun Obasanjo and Bishop Matthew Kuka, who had spoken to him on the matter. So we did not do anything unusual by going to see Chief Afe Babalola and seeing DELE Farotimi in the process.
I asked about Afenifere. Yes. Afenifere have a position.
Yes, the position of Afenifere is treading cautiously. First and foremost, DELE Farotimi is a member of the National Caucus of Afenifere, and we cannot remove that Afenifere and Chief Afe Babaola share some common views on the restructuring of the Nigerian Federation and enthronement of true federalism. So to that extent, nobody is talking now about who is guilty or who is right. What we are saying is that DELE Farotimi deserves to be released on bail. He deserves to be released on bail. Yes, the issue of whether he actually liable for the things he's been accused of is secondary. What is important is that is he entitled to bail? Should a magistrate have continued to detain him even when a federal high court has granted him bail? And when you look at all of this, unfortunately, the DELE Farotimi saga will soon, if it has not begin to be seen as a political trial, because why will he still be detained by a magistrate who ought to have given him bail as a matter of right?
All right. Okay, thank you so much, sir. I'm glad that you're one of the people who was actually there.
Yes, I was.
At that meeting with Chief Afe Babalula. We've heard many reports from that meeting.
Right.
It would be great to hear your account from that meeting.
Yes.
Because I know that part of what you're going to do, you correct me if I'm wrong, is some form of mediation or at least appeal to the parties involved. What was the outcome? What was Chief Afe Babalola's position? Is there any hope of settling this out of court? Because a lot of people are saying this is now becoming, murky and dirty, and perhaps, we should find a way to dialogue and mediate and take this off the streets of, courts of public opinion and even the courts itself. What was that encounter like?
Yes, every conflict can be settled out of court. But first, that process cannot be embarked on in the absence of DELE Farotimi. Very importantly.
Okay.
So we did not have that locus as at that time to begin to discuss settlement. We cannot be doing that in the
So what did you discuss at that meeting? What were the discussion
I
points?
have told you, I said it was a friendly engagement,
Okay.
seeking understanding of Chief Afe Babaola about the whole of this. Because if it is interpreted that we went there to appeal, we went there to plead, then both of them will be seen to have been guilty of one thing or the other.
Yeah.
To go to appeal is to say we are sure that DELE Farotimi is liable for what or guilty of what he has been charged. Therefore, please forgive him.
Yes.
On the other hand, to appeal is to create impression in the public that Chief Afe Babaola is responsible for his detention. Therefore, we are appealing. So it is like I said, it's a very sensitive thing, so that we are not seen in the public as yes.
Okay. No. Sorry. I still want you to answer that, because you have. So from your account,
yes,
we've heard a lot of stories,
right,
and I just want you to set the record straight in terms of what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Yes. So Chief Afe Babala's reception. What the outcome of that meeting was.
Thank you very much. And it's a pity this happened. Chief Afe Babaola on his own, without the intervention of some of our colleagues in the legal profession, may have a different approach, a different thinking. Here on your channels and different channels, you have seen lawyers, respected senior legal practitioners come and do exactly what the court should do. All they found DELE Farotimi guilty, and they called him all sorts of names on television. They went into legal submissions which ought to be made in court after his release. I think that is different. That's not acceptable. When we were with Baba, some of our colleagues stood there. They were there up in arms. He has defamed Baba. Of course, whatever it is, let him have his days in court. I was personally virtually attacked by one of our colleagues who said, "Oh yes, you were in court. You were the one giving DELE Farotimi solidarity." I said, "How? I did not even put on a suit. I was not even robed." But he said, "You granted an interview." Yes, I granted an interview. at the end of the first day, because it was expected that even on the first day, he would have been released on bail, because he's charged for an offense you can call a misdemeanor, because it is the severity of the punishment is less than 3 years.
So back to that meeting with
Yes.
Afe Babaola,
So,
yes. And the outcome.
Yes, not much was achieved in that meeting, I must confess. And I did say that much was not achieved because of the intervention of some of our colleagues.
Okay. That's why you saw my facial reaction. I quipped a bit when you said so that they will not think it is Afe Babaola that is keeping him where he is.
Yes.
Whose petition led to DELE being arrested?
Very well. Afe Babaola's petition led to DELE being arrested.
So who is responsible for it?
I'm coming.
Who is responsible for it?
I mean, he is a complainant.
Who is responsible for it?
The keeping him in detention.
Who is responsible?
The police and the magistrate.
Who is responsible for what kept him in detention?
No, get it straight. The charge in the court is DELE Farotimi versus Commissioner of Police.
So whose complaint led to a COP?
COP, thank you.
Whose complaint led to DELE getting there in the first place?
It's Chief Afe Babaola, no doubt.
So who is responsible for all of this debacle? DELE Farotimi in the first place?
From the moment a complaint is submitted to the police.
Who generated the complaint?
Of course,
Can the COP just go and arrest DELE Farotimi if nothing happened?
No, fine. No.
So who generated the complaint?
I'm coming.
Who is involved
I'm
here?
coming. You know the procedure. If anybody, if you could have complaint against anyone, your own is to report to the police. From that moment, the police takes charge.
Oh, let's leave him out of it. Let's extricate him out of it. It's now the police. No, somebody generated the complaint.
Yes.
It started from Chief Afe Babaola.
Yes.
The talk in town is not DELE Farotimi versus the police. It's DELE Farotimi versus Afe Babaola.
Exactly, that's what
So let's say the way it is.
I agree with you.
So Afe Babaola has a hand
I agree with
all of this because he started the complaint.
In fact,
secondly,
yes.
who are those people that bullied you there?
I'm coming.
Can you mention names? No, who are the people that were up in arms that even attacked you there when you went to meet Afe Babaola?
I'm coming.
I'll just like
let's put it like this. In fact, what you have just said is the real reason Chief Afe Babaola should have a rethink about this matter, because like you rightly put it, the general public is not aware or does not understand this fine distinction between the complainant and the prosecutor. The general public today believes,
I know in the interest of peace, you don't want to come out and say it's Chief Afe Babaola and DELE Farotimi.
No.
But you know you are the mediation. But who are those that threatened and harassed and said, even you granted interview when you were there?
If you allow me,
because we have started seeing more legal cases.
if you allow me time.
Jolly well.
Yes. The first time we were in court.
Yes.
In fact, I went at the Secretary General of Afe for the purpose of saying, yes, DELE Farotimi deserves to be released on self-recognizance. He's a lawyer of 25 years. And the book he wrote, no matter how terrible the content is some kind of intellectual crime. So it's not rape, it's not murder, it's not... So he deserves from day one, for an offense that is less than 3 years, he deserved from day one to have been released. So we were taken aback. And some of the things I saw in court, let me tell you, is that there is a complainant. The police, the case was being prosecuted by a police who is a legal practitioner, a policeman who is a legal practitioner. But you find a lot of our colleagues come there and say they are holding watching brief for the complainant.
You think that might influence their watching brief holding for the complainant?
They do not. I'm coming.
You think that might influence the case? Because a lot of them have been holding watching brief by filing cases.
No, let me go on.
Yes.
When you hold a watching brief under our criminal law procedure, you are to be seen and not. Yes, you find our colleagues 1, 4, 5, 6 standing up in court and say they're holding watching brief for the complainant when a lawyer is prosecuting and wanting to make submissions in court.
Okay.
The law does not allow you. I'm coming. The law does not allow you. And it is the same of our colleagues that are found in Baba's place, who said, no, not harassment.
Yeah. But you don't want to mention
which said, look, I'm qualified.
No, because this time, Dr. Bati needs to ask some more questions.
Yes.
So you want to mention one or two?
I don't have to.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Let's move on. You guys also saw DELE Farotimi in prison.
We did.
Can you tell me his state of mind? Is he in high spirits? What did he say? What did you guys discuss?
All right.
Because he also told you expressly that you're really Babola.
Yeah, no. Let's put it this way. If you know DELE Farotimi very well, he's a guy that is unperturbed by circumstances. He was in very high spirits. He demonstrated that right from the court. Every offense put to him by the registrar of the court, before the registrar finishes reading out, he will say, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. And you look at it, I am not guilty. It's ordinarily a standard plea in court because the burden of proof is on the prosecution. And you see, DELE Farotimi is not one of those Bob Danger that will go and say,
how was he generally in prison? What did you guys discuss? Did you tell him you are going to see Baba?
Yeah, we did.
What was his reaction?
We did, and you see,
was he happy about it?
A prison is not a good place for anybody to be. It's not even. Let me tell you, even the road leading to that prison, you will be sorry for the Nigerian system. It's not a good place for anybody to be. But I can see that. Looking at him, I don't see him being cowed. If that is what you want to hear from me.
Okay, Chief Babalola.
Yeah.
I think we've more or less gone beyond Afe Babaola SAN.
Yeah.
There was a case, brought before the Oyo State High Court by Adebayo Adenekwekum,
Yes.
SAN, civil defamation.
Yeah.
There's another case taken to the Abuja Federal High Court by Kehinde Ogunwumiju, SAN, calling for, an ex parte motion asking that the court should grant an interlocutory injunction to stop further sale and publication of the book. So there are other lawyers that I mean.
Yes.
It was in fact after Ogunwumiju and Adenekwekum, both SANs, that Chief Babalola's chambers now went to the legal practitioners disciplinary committee,
right,
the MPDC,
yes,
to say that the name of DELE Farotimi should be taken off the register. Now, these are other dimensions to it beyond going to visit.
Right.
Would you like to comment on these details? And what do you think of the other body that we quoted in the introduction, saying that what we're dealing with here is Section 39, freedom of speech, and that anybody has the right under the laws of Nigeria to say whatever he or she likes, and that defamation is not an offense.
Yes, let's start from your last statement. I do not subscribe to the idea that freedom of speech, freedom of expression is absolute and allows you to defame. Secondly, I subscribe to the fact that, and it has been decided even by the Supreme Court in the case of Avioma and the COP, that there are civil remedies for anyone who feels that his name has been defamed, and that it will be like some kind of double jeopardy for him, for that person to be tried under our criminal justice system, while there are enough remedies in the civil court for the purpose of ventilating.
Is it a matter of choice on the part of the
yes
of the complainant? Section 370.
Yes,
of the criminal code.
yes. I'm reacting to the questions you asked on the various cases that have been filed in several courts. All of this, I maintain, are secondary to DELE Farotimi being released on bail. Once he's released on bail, he has the capacity to tackle all of this. You can't stop anybody from filing case. For instance, and Chief filed some processes in court. I told Kabiyesi that this process, the courts might decline jurisdiction. Unknown to me, Kabiyesi went to tell Chief Afe Babaola, and Chief Afe Babaola invited me to his chambers in Ibadan. after arguments with him and some of our colleagues there, he was convinced of my position. You know what Chief did? He assigned those two cases in Ondo State. He assigned them to me and said, shall I go and take over these cases? And signed the processes in the name of Chief Afe Babaola, SAN, and Co. As if I'm a member of that chamber. That is much of the confidence you repose in me. The case was not pro bono, and I handled those cases till the end of it. I have personal relationship with him, and I made that clear to some of our guys who were trying to say that, oh, they own Afe Babaola more than any other one. Say, no, you do not. So our going there is not delving into the merit of the matter, but we are saying, Chief, for instance, our leader gave an example. Said, look at somebody like Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. There is nothing anyone would not have said about him in this country. At the end of the day, he ignores them. And when African states had issues, it is that same man they still run to. It does not diminish him in any way. So we have not delved into the merit of the case. First and foremost, let DELE Farotimi come out. For instance, I've listened to some of our colleagues who have convicted DELE Farotimi, even by their own statement. I listened to one who was calling DELE Farotimi that small boy repeatedly. I was forced to go and Google his profile. I just discovered that he's just about 3 or 4 years older than DELE Farotimi. And in order to denigrate him, he continued to refer to him as that boy. And it's just about, DELE Farotimi is 25 years at the bar. So our concern is that he be released on bail. Once he's out of where he is, some other things will follow in Nigeria.
Okay. So you said when you were there.
Yes. You and this when I was there.
You said when you were there. It's you. I did say that.
Yes, I was there.
Some of these your colleagues, they came.
Hey, God.
And they started saying all sorts that DELE had done this, DELE had done that, DELE had done this, and they had done that. When they were saying it, what did Mr. Peter Obi say? In defense, I would like to. I would just like to know how he
in my own defense.
No. When these words were going on, because you see, the scenario. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
The scenario looked as though that you people were browbeaten while you were there.
No.
And you just said, okay, we've heard.
No.
Because I would have expected, and that's why some people are probably saying maybe Showore was right. I'm not saying it was right too.
Yes.
Maybe Showore was right when people went to go and do begging. Because you went there. You saw all the people in support of Chief Babalola saying, DELE you, I'll pan you, I'll shiloshen you, we'll do everything to him. And you people are just there and you are being on the receiving end. Okay. Is that what played out?
Fine. Will you allow me to
answer?
Go ahead,
sir. Go ahead.
The truth is that those of us who went there were no small boys. And this is how it happened. At first, Peter Obi had one-on-one audience with Baba. And later, some of our colleagues went in. And so he now called myself and 1 or 2 other people to witness what was happening. All true. There was no comment, in fact, from Chief Afe Babaola that suggests that what we have come to do was wrong. But I was just mentioning some of these our colleagues who, many of them have been on air talking. We cannot be browbeaten. Who can browbeat me?
But you said they were very vicious.
No. What I'm saying is that
they said all sorts of things.
What I'm saying is that remove all of these extra Babalola's agitation, particularly from legal practitioner. This issue might not be seen as this difficult. I told you, I said, I have listened to lawyers here who have said everything in the service contemptuous. So that the matter is before a judge. And all of us since have you had me talk about the merit of the matter?
You know what I'm saying about these particular people that they said no, we are going to take action. It's because they didn't just say with word of mouth. They started to take action. Dr. Abati, you know about the case?
Yes.
That was filed?
Yes.
In Oyo?
Yes.
Abuja?
Yes.
And more myself.
Those who filed those cases were not in Adobe.
So, but they were not in Abuja.
I know Adenipekun. I know.
But they were in support. But probably they were in support of that. And you don't know maybe those.
No.
I said probably.
No. Their position is different.
Okay, what's their position?
Their position, if you read, their position is that we were part of Afe Babalola's chambers, and that in that book, that book did not stop at Afe Babalola, but also mentioned the activities of Afe Babalola's chambers, lawyers in Afe Babalola's chambers.
So they feel you betrayed Afe Babalola chambers?
Me, I'm not a member of Afe Babalola's chambers.
Because you said you collected a brief for Baba just now. He gave you work that was handsome. And he said sign as Afe Babalola and co. So you signed favor and you went to do work for him. So they feel that if you have been eating with Baba and you are not here to come and talk in favor
they did not even know. Baba himself has even forgotten. Okay. It was when they were acting as if they own Baba that I've chipped that in.
Okay, so people feel like they own Baba.
Oh, of course, there's no doubt about it. Some people feel that, Chief Babalola is there. Yes, I just chipped that in to let them know that you don't own Baba more than anyone. But let this issue of bail first be resolved. Farotimi has the capacity to defend himself.
Bail is at the discretion of the court.
Yes, it is.
Now, that's the principle. Now, beyond all these cases and all of that, the book is titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System.
Right.
There are lawyers who have been saying that beyond the individuals involved, there's something called content, kuria.
Yeah.
That, in fact, forget about the individuals, that is the entire judiciary that is being targeted. Now, do you think that those people have a point? And for you to say yes or no, one way or the other, have you read the book yourself? Have you familiarized yourself with the content of the book? Do you think that on the surface of it, DELE Farotimi may be guilty of contempt away from the face of the court?
You see, I have read the book. And
or you think it's a fair comment?
And I do not have the capacity here to begin to describe the content one way or the other. I will be guilty of the same thing that I've accused some of our colleagues. What I'm saying is that, yes, I have read the book. You have had Supreme Court justices on retirement make very strong opinions, express very strong opinions about the judicial system. Yeah. Yesterday in Ibadan, I saw it on your news. Very senior personalities in the legal profession spoke about the Nigerian justice system. So it may not be peculiar to DELE what he saw. You see, DELE did not just write an article. He wrote a book, which is not something that happens 1 or 2 days. He wrote a book out of conviction. Let him come out. Let him come out. Justification is a defense in the law of defamation. Let him come out. What did you see? What is it that you saw? And like I said, he pleaded not guilty in court. A lawyer of 25 years, he must have his onions before he begins to make this. So I will not describe. I've read the book inside out. But the question is DELE entitled to bail? Should a magistrate continue to hold him on the flimsy excuse of, I have adjourned to consider application? Let me tell you, the law, the severity of the punishment under the law which DELE Farotimi is charged. So many people charged with misdemeanor in court who do not have lawyers. They are granted bail. Who do not have lawyers, they are granted bail. So the fact that a lawyer is before you, an application is made on his behalf, the first day you said because application was made, you were going to consider the application. Okay. We waited. At another time they came.
Wait, Chief Babalola,
yes.
What was the worst case scenario? Now, they've been at the discretion of the court,
yes,
of the judge. Now, if, I think, December 20th is the next day of appearance.
Yes.
If we were suddenly told that, the judge has gone on a Christmas vacation because Christmas will just be a few days away, and that okay, the matter has now been adjourned till January 15th.
Yes.
What is the worst that can happen?
Yes.
Because you are saying grandpa. The court can say, well, we are now on Christmas recess.
You are a lawyer. We do not thrive on speculations. Yes, we do
But
not.
it's possible.
I said we do not.
Is it not possible?
Also,
We do not.
make the point that
Yes.
prior to this adjournment to the 20th, there was a speculation that they were going to keep him. They were not going to grant him bail. They were going to keep him till the 20th.
Even Afe themselves made that speculation.
The judge doesn't want to do Christmas.
No, Afe in your state, the faction, the group that went said that there were suspicions and they had heard that they were happening for about 30 days. So there were speculations and suspicions.
Suspicion, of
Yes.
course.
Right.
Suspicion.
In fact, who were these days? DELE himself had already said what was going to play out
Yes.
before this case.
Yes.
He had even said what was going to play out in court, how they're going to keep him there
Yes.
even before this case. So
Yes.
that's the day you are looking for. Yes. The day is one DELE and many other people based on the video DELE himself reported.
I agree with you.
Okay. Let me ask you. So you said something that let them bring him out. Defense or justification is defense in a defamation case or a law of defamation.
Yes.
Is this not dangerous waters? Because some people are saying, let him not talk. Let us not scatter what is already being scattered. Because if we begin to ask people to talk and expose the failings or the corruptions, as it were, of the judiciary, it might cause more harm than good. Recall that this is now beyond just the actors, the principal actors. It's also perception for Nigeria, impact on investment, impact on businesses. And that's why there's a push for, rather than calling, okay, let's just scatter everything, come out and talk. Let's handle this a bit more circumspectly.
Yes. I was watching you yesterday when you were talking about Kemi Badmo, the lady. Yes.
Yeah.
I saw Rufai came up heavily on the father. Oh, she's playing game, she's playing politics and all of that. That is what, to agree with you, that is what plays out if we are not careful about the way we handle this matter. And you seem to be probing more into my mind about what happened at our meeting in Ado Ekiti.
Yeah.
And that is to say that is it possible to let the sleeping dog lie? Is it possible for us to be like Jesus and say, Father, forgive him, for he knows not what he's doing? Is it possible that you bring him out now? And because one of the reasons why people are looking at this issue is that, it's in Yoruba parlance, they said, Ebu alo ni taun tabo tanoe. Meaning that if you overflog an issue, the proverbial tortoise, he stole money from his in-law, and the in-law tied him to the stake on the way to the market. And everyone says, this tortoise, you are guilty, you are shameless. But they wait till in the evening when they were coming back from the market, 6 o'clock he's still tied to us. Mr. In-law, I think no, it's not fair. That all of this issue may snowball into it if it is not well handled.
Okay, so in your palace now, with all of this that they be doing to DELE now, Ashedutty war. That's what you just said in Yoruba part. Because I'm a Yoruba person.
Yes, you are.
So Ashedutty war here. You said it.
From the magistrate, Ashedutty war.
Yes,
Ashedutty war. Federal High Court granted bail from the magistrate.
What about from the complainant?
The complainant, I've told you.
Why did you go to see the magistrate? Why did you go see the complainant?
No, I shouldn't have seen the magistrate. No, I shouldn't have seen the magistrate. I shouldn't have compromised the magistrate. For the complainant, from the moment his complaint is submitted to the police, and the police file charges against the defendant, they should be in charge from there on. That is what the law says.
Let me make it brief.
I know.
From the ecosystem, Ashedutty war. That's what it means in very brief. So the ecosystem can cover everything.
From the level of the magistrate, Ashedutty war.
Okay, moving on. We've been able to look at it in many dimensions. We can get the quote for this, the source for this quote. So maybe you can discountenance it. That it was said that DELE also said that there is no deal except he gets out of here. That a man cannot negotiate behind bars, and part of the word you got from Chief Afe Babaola was, in fact, I have a source for it. A source for it was one of our rundowns that we read on this issue about a week ago or thereabout, that Chief Afe Babaola said that his not guilty plea should be retracted or something. I mean, that's why I said it was written out there as, you know, one of the rundown rights of it. I don't know if it's true. That you were present in the meeting.
Yes, I was there from the beginning to the end.
And what were possible agreement terms in that meeting?
There was no agreement. So don't talk about terms.
Okay, so there were no terms.
But to start with, Chief Afe Babaola would not have told us, as lawyers, that let him go and plead guilty. The last time I had that was Bobrisky, who did that. Plead guilty. I told you earlier, I said, plead not guilty is the standard, because in criminal prosecution, the onus of proof and beyond reasonable doubt is on the prosecution. And let me tell you, the complainant may or may not be a witness in that case. That is why when some people say they are holding watching brief, we say you are going beyond your bounds to stand up in court and begin to make appearance and begin to seek to make submission. With respect to DELE Farotimi, it goes without saying. You don't even need to, if you know DELE Farotimi, you don't need to tell DELE Farotimi before you will know that he will not talk to anyone in detention.
Okay.
He will not talk to anyone.
That never happened.
Yes, it never happened.
You have repeatedly talked about justification.
Yes.
As a defense.
Yes.
Justification is the defense of truth.
Yes.
Yeah. There are other levels of defense.
Yes, defense of truth.
Yeah. Do you think that from what you read in that book, that DELE Farotimi has concrete evidence to say this judge collected this money from Chief Afe Babaola, this lawyer was also part of it? Because the evidence has to be concrete.
Yes.
That's what truth is all about.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You think you'll be able to provide that evidence? You see evidence of, concrete justification in the portions of the book or the whole book that you read? Will you say so?
I did say, Doctor, that DELE Farotimi did not write an article. I'm a columnist in one of the newspapers. I can begin to write my column hurriedly in order to meet
the book is more permanent.
Yes, a man wrote a book.
From what you read, did you see concrete and visible evidence?
I won't make any judgmental comment on it. He wrote.
Okay.
He's a lawyer.
Will you say it's fair comment from what you read?
I still will not make such comment. Let DELE come out. He wrote his book out of conviction. Yeah, for instance, he's been sued in Lagos. He's been sued in Oyo. He's been sued in Ibadan. He's been sued in... Yes. Let him come out. Let's see how all of this will coalesce. Maybe at the end of the day, you need to do a consolidation of all the cases for him to answer them all through. And he has so many lawyers. It's a simple matter. He doesn't have to be present there. So he can call some of his colleagues in... and I've come and seen the number of lawyers that came to... At least there are not less than 4 senior advocates there, and I know that they are volunteers, and that is why I think it was you, Doctor, that was saying that if this matter is not handled well, police snowball into any... So many people are waiting in the wings to see, let this matter now go into trial. Let's see what you... And blessed are the peacemakers. Yeah. That's what Peter Obi went to do.
About defamation, you don't know what to do.
That's what Peter Obi went to do.
Crawl out of the woods.
Yes, that's what Peter Obi went to do in Ado-Ekiti. Blessed are the peacemakers.
I hope we're ready for the truth, or whatever it is that will be unveiled if it goes to trial. I said I hope we're ready for whatever will be unveiled if this goes to trial.
Yeah, that's what media thrives on.
Yeah.
Yes. You people will be in business.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
What is your opinion about this video you just watched? Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Turn on the notification button so that you get notified of all latest Nigerian news. Christy TV got you covered. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates.